In here, we pour whiskey, 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 whiskey.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean him once again today. It's Rachel Feinstein.
Thanks, you guys.
Big Guy. Everybody go watch Big Guy right now on Netflix. It's available right now. If you don't watch it, her firefighter husband will never get to retire and get that pension from the city that he's always really planned on. So please watch Big Guy right now on Netflix. Please. I have a crush on your husband via the internet.
Oh, you've watched our ludicrous
I just watch
videos.
everything with you guys. It's really like you're living the life that I want to live. If I was a woman, I'd want to be you.
By the way, he's never curious, never watches any of. I'm always like, "Come here, I need you." He's like, "Yeah," in a sec. Like he's so annoyed by all.
I
of
like it so much. I like how much he doesn't like it. He
doesn't want to be
He's
there.
not invested in the comedy world.
No, he doesn't. He's never been to LA before. The first time he went to LA was like for my special, and he wanted to go back to the hotel. He was thoroughly annoyed by it.
Can we go have sex? The baby's not here. He doesn't give a shit about the city.
It was for my half-hour special. Afterwards, he goes, you know how you have that shot when you walk on stage from outside or whatever?
Yeah.
He's like, she doesn't need to do that. He tried to like tap me up. He went to the director and he goes, let's get her out of this. Get it back to the hotel. And it was like a string of specials. And he was like, no. Who's that guy from
Was it Comedy Central?
Evie from, it was for Netflix. It was like the half hours. That guy, Evie, used to work with Montreal. And he was like, hey, let's get her out of here. And like, he just walks up to this man he doesn't know that's producing the special with like eating a chip, like a complete dick face. And he's like, yeah, what do you say we don't need this shot over here. Yeah.
Come on. What do you want to see your legs, you pervert? Let's go.
He's like, let's get her out of here. But the thing is, he never gets what's coming to him because then you go, I was like, I'm sorry. He was like so annoyed with him. He's like, what the fuck is this guy talking to me for? And I'm like, oh, sorry. He's from New York. He's my husband. He's a fireman. He's not in our world. And he's like, no kidding. Thank you for your service. So we never fucking like get, you know?
Well, you can't get mad at firemen.
You're not allowed.
So the police are always going to get scrutiny. Firemen, never. I've said this before. My grandfather was a firefighter from the city of Chicago.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Yeah.
Your dead grandpa.
Yeah, to my dead grandfather. Thank you for the service, Pappy.
What a godless whore I am.
No, but you know what? They can never do wrong. And I thought, comically, I was like, they're like, oh, cops are racist. And I was like, firefighters are racist, dude. I was like, you know how many fires they didn't put out? You know, they were like, what neighborhood is it in? Let it burn. I was like, you can't tell me that none of these dudes. But firefighters are the forever heroes. They never do wrong. They ride around in the trucks. I love these guys. I always say hi to them.
Ride around the trucks is a terrific sentence.
They ride around in the trucks.
That's what my daughter's insights are about her
I see them ride around in the truck. I'm like, where are you guys going? These LA firefighters out here, they just take cruises. I'm like, where are you going? Going to get lunch? Sitting around all fucking day.
One of my friends, a very effeminate man named Dave Juskow, who's a comedian. I think I talked about him last time I was on here. He got mad. He threw a tantrum because he asked me if he could ride on the truck sometime. And I'm like, I mean, I'll ask Pete. I don't know why they would want to have some 50-year-old man on their dumb rig, but I'll mention it.
He probably sees it at the Gay Pride Parade, and he's like, look, I want to get on one of those. Are those real firemen?
He did tell me that. So I told Pete, I was like, Juskow wants to ride on the truck. And he was like, no, they're absolutely not.
Cannot do that.
What's in this for us?
You can walk on it in the garage if nobody sees you. Like my grandfather used to let us get on it, take a photo, and he's like, get the fuck off.
Really?
Like you were allowed to get on it, and then they were like, come on, get off the truck. Yeah.
Was he like a firefighter, regular firefighter? Was he like a chief or a captain, or was he?
I wish I knew. That's really embarrassing. I think he was just a firefighter.
Yeah.
My brain would set.
Some guys like to climb the ranks. Some guys like to, like they take pride in just being a straight firefighter.
We're Irish scum. We don't climb. They don't let us up. Yeah.
They shouldn't.
They're like, stay down there. Clean the wheels again, Garrity.
Garrity's such an Irish
he
name.
was such a wonderful, wonderful dude. And yeah, he was a firefighter my whole life and loved it. Like, that was everything.
Yeah.
That was, like, the coolest shit in the world. And also was a fucking straight-up hero. All those guys that did that, you're like, That's the coolest gig in the world.
Actually, he was supposed to be here this weekend, but he was in a big fire, and he told me when he became a chief that he would go to fires anymore. And then he came home, like I was up all night, like trying to figure out if he was okay. And he's like, "It was awesome. I got to knock down all these walls, but they put me on medical leave." So he was excited. I was like, "Is he alive?" It was a big fire in Bushwick, but he tweaked his shoulder, so now he's on medical leave and he has to go. And we were going to bring my daughter out here, so now I'm out here alone, Mother's Day weekend.
Where's your daughter? With your parents?
She's with my husband because I didn't want to bring. They were supposed to come together, but he has to go to the medical office and like get his stuff, and I don't want to rely on like a babysitter I don't know, you know.
Right.
So
you don't travel with a lady like a lot of people travel with somebody.
I'm hoping that's why I'm doing this special.
Exactly.
Yeah, I need a
Guys,
lady.
please watch Big Guy Out right now. The more clicks, the more chances we can get them a sitter to travel with.
I need a sitter.
Please.
That's really that's what I want. Like
I see that on airplanes a lot. We don't have kids, you know, and I see people with kids on airplanes that have like a sitter with them. I'm always like, that is the most fancy.
That's some fancy
version
shit. But
of-
here's the thing. Otherwise, then it's just like, speaking of horse, it's just some rag or from like that I don't know, like Des Moines. I can't do that, you know. Like, so when I'm on stage, who's going to watch her? You know. So I need to.
You could hand her to another comic. You're like, Jesselnick, watch my baby.
Not for the late show. She'll be throwing tantrums. She throws tantrums. My daughter still. She's 4.
Yeah, put her on stage then. Make her go to work. Get to work. She's 4.
She's 4. She screams stuff when she throws tantrums.
What is it?
Hilarious.
Terrible 2s. The 3s are what? Tantrum
she's
3s?
so funny, like she's hilarious, you know, and
She's a comic?
She's a comic, and she's very funny, and she like works me. She's very manipulative and hilarious, and she can tell that I'm not in charge of anything. Like she's like, she looks at me like, I'm not worried about you. I've seen your hand job jokes on YouTube. Like you're not an authority figure, and so she kind of like can tell I'm not in charge of anything. She was already like very much over me. I said something the other day, and she goes, "There's no way you know that." I'm like, "How, bitch? How would you know what I know?
so
Yeah, you don't know
funny.
anything yet at all."
A kid questioning your reality.
She goes, "There's no way you know that."
There's no way you know that. And you know what? A piece of you goes, well,
She's always right.
Yeah, I
She
know.
can already tell I have no information.
yeah.
You know?
She
And
sees your vulnerability.
she sees it, and she'll come in our room in the middle of the night. She gets in bed with us every night, and she knows she's getting in the bed now because there's no like, can I? No, she's like cocky. And what she does as she's getting in the bed is she always tries to give me like a compliment first. She'll be like, "Ooh, what's that? That's cute." It'll be like a black scrunchie on my wrist or something.
She's really smart.
And she's like, "Where'd you get that?" I'm like, "You don't care where I got
Just lay
this
down and shut up.
white T-shirt." Yeah.
Right.
And then
That's
she'll
very
get it,
clever.
yeah.
She does that to like get brownie points. So you feel, because what, are you trying to get her to get back and sleep in her own bed? Are you like, come on,
We
this
mostly gave up. Like she knows that, you know, she used to do this thing where she'd cry all the way, and then she knows when I pick her up, she's crying, and now she like stops. Like she's like,
where does
You
she
hear her
sleep?
down the
Between you
hallway?
guys?
yes, between us, it's a disaster. I don't sleep anymore.
That's
yeah.
a bummer.
But
Put her at your feet. Put her at your feet like we do with my dog. Just put him at my foot.
she's fallen off the bed a few times.
Dude,
That's
sometimes the dog falls off and it makes me laugh so hard. Because it'll be in the middle of the night, the dog's like, and I'm like, "Oh, are you all right? Are you okay?" It's so fucked up. It's not funny, but it's
they
very
fall all
funny.
over the place. Yeah, she fell off the bed twice, and
That's gonna happen.
yeah, and she talks about it like it's an old drinking story. She goes, "Remember when I fell off the bed?" And she goes, "That was crazy." She's like,
That's the last time I have rumplements, Mom. Falling off the fucking bed. What's the age when she's got to get out of the bed?
I guess like 7 or
7?
something, maybe 6. Yeah,
That's
probably
like time where you
6.
got like, all right, you can't be in here anymore.
It's so,
You got to be in your big girl bed.
yeah. I think maybe 6 or 7. It's hard for me to say no to her. I don't know. About that. It's so cute.
Yeah, and also, you know, you're not going to be intimate with your husband anyway. I mean, you don't like each
he's
other
not
anymore.
getting
Yeah.
laid. No. He's backed up. He is backed up.
Yeah, after that shoulder injury. Yeah, you're like, I'm not interested anymore.
No, I
man.
mean, it is kind of a cock block. Yeah, she's in the bed every night.
Yeah,
and
that's
also,
gotta
it's
be
almost
hard.
like the moment we start to watch something, yeah, she just comes in. She's like, "Hey, guys."
You're like, oh, you fucker. Do you guys have to sneak hook up? When you do get to hook up, you have to sneak around her.
Yes, yeah, we can't do it at night anymore.
What a
'cause she's
nightmare.
like,
It's got to be
she's-
midday. It's always in the middle of the day.
It's got to be like an afternoon lay.
Ugh.
Such a sadness to that.
That's so
too.
sad.
Like in between errands.
The sun hitting your face. The sun isn't supposed to like glisten your face when you're fucking, where the Amazon packages are being dropped off while you're getting fucked in the living room. It's so sad. It's such a shitty existence. Hey, it's all good though.
I love how quickly we got here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's she kind of runs shit around the house. She's cocky
But that's
as hell.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
She's the only thing that matters, so who cares?
Yes.
And then when she's too big to like you anymore, you'll miss her sleeping in bed.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it'll be
be dark
cute.
days.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you name it Big Guy?
Because that's what my husband calls me.
Big Guy. Yeah.
He follows me around the house and like he'll brush his mustache. He has this large, ludicrous mustache.
It is awesome.
And he'll follow me around and brush it. And he goes, Rachel, they call me Rachel. And then he'll be like, she's my big guy. She's my big guy.
This guy's insane.
So, that's his nickname for me.
Big Guy.
Big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He cannot compliment. I'll be like, do I look okay? He goes, there you go. That's what he says.
There you
go.
There you
What the fuck does that mean?
We don't know how to do that, husbands. I don't think we know how to like...
You could know. I'm sure you would know how to compliment.
No, like when my wife says, she'll go, do you like the way this looks? And I'll go, yeah, would you like it? That's what I say.
He always says that. Do you not want to hear that? He goes, you comfortable? It's
because
not the
we
anthem.
like it. I like it. I'm always like, yeah, you look great. But then they don't believe you, and it's like, what would you believe? What would you believe?
Tell her she looks gorgeous.
No, because she doesn't. I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna lie to you. But no, but it's just so hard to like feed into your own insecurity because no matter what I say, you're prepped for it to not sound good.
I mean, you're giving him a lot of credit. I mean, he is emotionally
I'm
a desert.
on his team. I'm on his team, baby.
He is a desert
I know.
emotionally. Yeah.
Well,
but
we're all a little fucking empty.
Yeah, so was my dad. Yeah, I mean, I knew. I
That's
knew
why
what I
you
was
love
getting
this
myself
guy.
Into.
Yeah,
I know.
You married your dad.
Exactly. And the good thing is that he doesn't have any, like, I have total freedom. You know, he's like an accidental feminist. He probably thinks feminists are like Nazis or something. Like, I heard that girls are feminists, don't they? Like, but he actually kind of like is. Even though he probably thinks they're like commie rats, but he like, because he doesn't care what I'm up to or do it. Like, you know, like my friend Sam Morrell, he's one of my best friends. Like he'd be like, yeah, why don't you crash at Sam's if you're going to watch the game there? Like he doesn't care.
Well, because he knows better. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not like.
I feel like he's got the world figured out.
He's not a jealous person at all.
No. Well, by the way, Sam Morrell, one of my favorites, is a good buddy, a great dude, a great comic, a great sports. It's great to talk sports with a comic because because most comics hate sports.
Yeah.
You know, and there's like 5 people I can talk to about sports.
He's gotten me really into the Knicks. I don't know if they're like your enemies or what.
No.
They're in a fun spot right now.
No, it's amazing to watch.
Because their Knicks are just so fun to watch.
Yes.
Yeah. And we actually went to go to a hockey game, to a Rangers game, and Jalen Brunson was there in a Rangers jersey.
Playing. And Jalen Brunson was on the ice. Playing.
he was so cool.
Yeah,
he was,
really
and Sam
cool.
was like a little bitch. He was so nervous.
It's nice to see. It's cool to see comics get nervous around famous people because like our whole demeanor has to be like nothing makes me nervous. I get out in front of all these fucking people. No, it's
It was cute. No, he was like, I knew he was nervous. He wouldn't have known. I mean, I knew he was just like happy. He loves them so much, you know, like. But he told me the whole backstory of them and how they all went to Villanova together. And it's just like this incredible story. I love those like 30 for 30 docs and stuff like that. And I always loved basketball, but I don't like for the theater of it, but I don't know a lot about like the game. But he's got me so into it just because the story is awesome. And they're kind of humble. They seem like pretty
They
cool
are
guys.
pretty. This is probably the best Knicks team in years that I've seen. I used to hate the Knicks when I was a kid because of Spike Lee, and I was a Jordan kid from Chicago. So we hated the Knicks. And we also used to fuck the Knicks up. But the world is different now, and the story's so strong that it's hard to hate on them.
Yeah.
You know what I really love when you were talking about feminism? I kept thinking about I watched parts of your special that they sent over to me, which was very nice of them. Yeah.
I'm so sorry if anybody's bothered you.
No, I actually loved it. I watched it on the shitter. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
When I'm on the shitter, that's when I thumb through all my friends' stuff. The way you talk about your mom, which you always do, but the way you do your mom's impression about your mom's liberalism, it always makes me laugh because it's the same way that like your mom's liberalism is the same way that my dad's conservatism. It's the same thing.
Like how? Yes, I agree. It's the same thing.
Well, it's the exact same thing. It's just like the way they're inundated with it. Like it really controls their.
She just wants to be fired up.
Yeah, he's the same way about bullshit. I'm like,
and by
what
the
are
way,
you
my
upset
mom will
about?
announce that she doesn't watch the news. I'm like, you're just wildly lying. She's like, you have to stay on a small diet with this stuff because it's not healthy and it's toxic. And I say, I'd rather go outside and breathe the damn air than think about what flippin' Trump is doing with his damn time. And I'm like, it's all you read and all you talk about.
It's consuming them. It's so dangerous. The way that my mom is not into politics. She could not give a fuck. My mom is just like me. I'm like her where I'm like, yeah, man, I'm going to make fun of all of it because it's annoying to me. and I can't spend enough time really indulging in it to learn what I would need to learn to care.
And
everybody's
getting so extreme. Everybody's such a complete asshole. It's just you can't.
It's gone too far.
It's gone too far.
We're the most annoying version of ourselves that we've ever been. But what my dad is this. When you do your mom, I'm always like, I hear him saying stuff because he heard one thing. Mm-hmm. You know, today when somebody's like, I read this thing, it's like, you fucking read a sentence.
Exactly.
You read a sentence of a thing, and it was like stuck. You know? Did you know? It's like with me now, where I'll go. We do this where. I saw, I don't know whose pod it was on, but somebody had said only 15% of smokers die from lung cancer. 15%.
I just saw that same thought.
You saw this.
And I was like, I want a cigarette.
That's what I said.
I just thought.
But this is how bad and toxic the
terrible,
news
right?
is. Because I used to smoke, and now I was like,
Me too.
Can I just smoke again if that's the deal?
Yeah.
If 85% of us are going to live and not die from lung cancer,
That is some good numbers.
That's really good numbers.
Those are solid
numbers.
numbers.
The tobacco industry would be like, come on back, baby.
I was like, fuck, I go pick up some Camel Lights.
It just feels like but that little bullshit piece of information, which is obviously skewed.
True.
And I mean, it's probably, it's probably true in one little category.
Everything on Instagram is said like that too. Just people just announce all manner of horse shit on podcasts, and they'll just be like, and they just spew out these statistics that I think are just complete and utter horseshit.
Well, watch this one. 42% of women prefer men who have beards. Did you know this? It's not true. It doesn't fucking matter. But this can get clipped, and someone will take it and be like, "It's got." I
feel
heard
better about it.
Santino said 42%. So if these bitches don't like me, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like we'll take a little tidbit. My dad does that with news. He hears a bullshit thing.
Yeah.
And he cannot keep saying it. And I'm like, I know you heard that because I heard that. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But they just don't. It doesn't matter.
And my mom loves to talk about the trials. She just loves talking about
what's
the
going on in the
and
trials.
She goes, and then what she's doing lately is she'll like talk about the trial, some Trump trial, and then she'll be like, but I always say, and I told your father's friend Stan, and he's an attorney, that he deserves due process. And she's so proud of herself. Like, yes, so does anybody. Like,
right. That's the system we've set up.
Yeah,
we decided that a long time
ago.
She
says it like she's just gifting him with it. She's like, and I say, you know what? He does deserve a right to defend himself. But I'm a tried and true learner. Yeah, it's just a whole lot. Yeah, and it's funny because she tries to catch a wave with my husband, and he's like, he's like a libertarian, and he wants none of it.
He's he's conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be real.
Yeah. Let's be real.
He's a firefighter.
Yeah. He didn't like vote last year. Yeah.
No.
But
no.
He's conservative. But
Was your dad
half
liberal?
the books in my house are like the democracy, the lie that failed, and yeah.
Was your dad a liberal?
Yeah, my parents are like Democrats, but not like they're not like woke, but they're like, my dad was a civil rights lawyer. So he was a prosecutor for like the DOJ. So he used to prosecute Klan cases and stuff. You're like, yeah, they're both
He was defending
Democrats.
the Klan though, right? Yes? Yeah.
Yes.
You got to give those guys, they give them their shot. They deserve due process, the Klan. Did you ever play Huntsville, Alabama? Have you ever done that club down there?
Wait, is that the dome? Is it like a super dome?
No. Huntsville is like a little, just like the club down there. It's
Is this like?
jack it up.
Okay.
Just pull this thing down. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
When I'm just a woman.
Well, I don't want it to block your face. No, Huntsville. Why can't I think of it?
Alabama. I don't know the club. I don't think I play this club.
Well, but Huntsville is, when I was taken down there, I've told this story before on here, so people probably are going to correct me again because I'm wrong, but Huntsville, Alabama, Stand Up Live. But on the way down, the driver was telling me how the KKK, one of the big headquarters was like right down the road. And then the other side of the road, he's like, and that's NASA. And I was like, the juxtaposition.
Was he telling you like he was proud? Was he
well,
like,
he was asking me which road I wanted to choose. And of course, I was like, take me to the KKK.
Wait, they're like offices or whatever? It's so hilarious that they have like even a building.
An
it's
administrative
so funny.
building.
And like somebody has to go over there and open it in the morning. It's so dumb. Somebody has to be like, hey, Debbie, can you
Did you set the alarm? You didn't set the fucking alarm last night. Someone could have broken in.
They probably have a treasurer. I never really thought about how much staff the Klan has.
It's a business.
It's very funny.
It's a fucking business. You know they've
some
got
tired mom, some fucking working
well,
mom.
how about who's working in linen? Someone that has to like clean their fucking robes.
Oh God, you're right. Somebody has to clean them and
Someone
iron
has
them,
to
and they're
clean them.
folded up. They have to go get them out of a dumb drawer. And sometimes maybe a guy's having a tough day with his wife, but then he's like, you know what? She made me breakfast. She put out my little robe for me.
It was really
and she
nice of
folded
her.
my hat. To give this bitch enough credit.
I'm sorry about last night. I'm sorry about the argument, but I did lay out your robe.
And I fixed it to put your head just the way you like it, and I got your grits on the tape. So I hope you have fun with your meeting tonight.
You know
and
what,
y'all
Marlene?
get all your goals accomplished.
You ain't that bad. I may just stay with your fat ass. Yeah, I've said that for years about like all these organizations. They are organizations.
It's
like
so
even
funny.
gangs.
It's very funny.
I had a joke years ago. You just reminded me. About a gang, like someone who does accounting for a gang, who's like checking the books and is
I
like,
just did your. That's funny that I just accidentally did a joke you already had.
No,
to.
it was years ago, but I did like it was in a gang and it was like the accountant for a gang and I don't remember the specifics.
It's a great joke. Now I wish I thought of it.
Yeah, it was like bullets. He was logging in bullets. That's what it was. He's like, hey man, you can't use that many 9mm bullets, man. Like we're like 4 this week is like, come on, bro, pushing it. Like it was a fucking.
It's funny to think about like probably some issues, that they have to work through, and then maybe that they have compassion for each other before they go kill just like place a bunch of bullets into some car.
He's had a tough week, dog. Let him spray somebody. Yeah, you do realize these are organized crime does have to have a hierarchy, and when you see that sometimes on Sopranos, they did a great job of showing like, tough guy shit. But also, they had to be human about it. There was a moment where they had to be like regular people about stuff.
Yeah.
You forget that they do that. So you're like, oh, yeah, they still have to go get their dry
run
cleaning.
some errands.
They have to run errands.
They have
They
to
have to go
errands.
do regular
It's
shit.
very funny to just kill a man and
Tony
cut off
Soprano
a horse's head and
in
then
Target.
run to Target.
Yeah. Tony and Target.
That would be amazing.
Where's greeting cards? Show me the greeting cards.
That's why that show got so funny when they would talk about redecorating, because like he just slit some guy's throat, and then she was
really
like,
like
"This
these
is
drapes?"
gorgeous, isn't it? I think what I'm thinking for the kitchen is that we do kind of a peach sort of a vibe." And she was so amazing, but it was so funny because I feel like they leaned in more and more to the ludicrousness.
They kind of
it was
had
a very
to.
funny show.
They had to. At the very end, they didn't have a choice. At the beginning, I think it was so very serious. Then I think once it started to kind of be in on the joke a little bit more, they started to make much more comedy out of it. I've watched it 3 times.
Really?
Front to back.
It's an incredible show.
My favorite. Why can't I think of
Also,
her name, by the way?
I just love how like jealous. What's his name? Michael Imperioli.
Imperioli, yeah.
I just love that kind of jealous guy because I've never I actually had one really jealous boyfriend, but most of my boyfriends could take or leave me. And,
That's the name of your next special, Take Me or Leave Me.
Take Me or Leave Me. Actually, speaking of names for this special, I was thinking about calling it, like when I edit it, I was so disgusted with watching myself and I kept screaming, "You pig, you vile pig." And I don't know the editor very well. And he was like, I think he was like I'm taking it back because I was like, "You pig, shut up. No one needs this." And then I was like calling myself a vile pig so many times when I was editing it that I thought, can I call the special vile pig? And I asked Dan Powell, who's one of the producers, and he was like, no. And I'm like, how about America's Favorite Pig, which I still think would be a great name for a fun-loving
America's
TV show.
Pig is so
America's
good.
Favorite Pig?
So
that
good.
has to be the name for my next special.
But everybody would say Babe. You thinking about Babe? That's America's Favorite Pig.
Oh, right. I guess, yeah.
It's already been taken over.
What's sadder than America's Second Favorite Pig?
That's so funny. America's
So
Second Favorite
dark.
Pig.
What a dark life she has. Just kill yourself if you're America's Second Favorite Pig.
America's Favorite Pig is so cool.
It's such a fun name. I would even like to do like just kind of even like a 1-minute IG video where it's kind of just like next week on America's Favorite Pig, and like maybe like a husband catching his wife being a pig again, like
You
just me with my
fat pig.
snout and some filth.
I just wanted a late night snack. You pig.
I thought I told you. Guess who's gonna punch you in the face? America's Favorite Pig.
Next week on America's Favorite Pig, our pig has a late night snack and gets caught.
That is a great, has a late night snack and gets caught. It's amazing because that's exactly, what I do too. I'm always feeding late at night and my husband will give me shit because he says I brush my teeth and then eat after.
I do it all the fucking time. You know why? Because I'm not done. And brushing my teeth, by the way, I do it all the time. I do it like I'm supposed to, but I don't know when I'm going to not. Like sometimes I brush thinking I'm going to be ready for bed. Then I'm sitting around writing and I'm like, I want to go watch TV and have a snack and I want to go write something out there. So I'm going to do it again and then I have to go back and brush again and it pisses me off. So now I wait till the very last minute until I'm like half asleep to brush my teeth. Till I'm like falling asleep while I'm brushing.
Did your wife also notice? My husband always tracks all my foul habits. He's like, another thing you do is, I'm like, stop fucking watching my nonsense.
She's got me fucking dialed. All of my bullshit. But I mean, I'm fucking annoying. Also, our schedules are fucking annoying.
We're terribly annoying.
So like, our schedules are so annoying that I always feel bad when I'm like, hey, I have this late show and I'm gonna come home and then I'll be awake at like 12:30.
It's disgusting. Yeah.
And she's like, it's okay. I oftentimes will be like, do you want me to? I'll sleep in the front room of the house. And then she's like, no, I'd rather you come in the room and say hi because the fucking dog is going to wake up too.
You know where you should sleep?
Where?
In the dog's bed.
I tried. I've gotten drunk enough to sleep in that dog bed. It's this big. Yeah. I've tucked myself in it. I have gotten drunk, come home. The dog will be out in the living room waiting for me. And then I'll fall asleep on the couch with her smashed up against my chest, and then my wife says she'll like sometimes like wake up in the middle of the night to come see if I'm home, and then she'll come out to the couch and the dog will be like because I'm squeezing it so fucking hard.
That's hilarious.
Drunk snuggling with my dog.
Oh, really cute.
Oh, I love that. That's one of my favorite things is to come home drunk and play with the dog until I go to bed because they don't know. They don't know that I'm drunk.
Yeah.
She is getting more kisses on the nose, though. She's getting more smooches on the snout.
Really?
Yeah. I kiss her on the nose because I think it's hilarious because she's like, I don't think she likes it, but I fucking love doing it.
She's, she's getting fingered, and that's all that matters.
That's what happens. In my household, you big pig.
Yeah, when he goes to the firehouse, I'm like a kid in like the 80s, in like an 80s movie or something.
You're
like,
left alone.
Daddy's gone, and it's gone. I'm like I just spray things everywhere, and then when he's coming home, I'm like, fuck, because he's so anal. Yeah, so I'm just like hurling shit in drawers, and then he just comes around, does this like morning rounds, and inspects shit,
checks in on everything.
Yeah,
he's an organized king.
Pain in my ass.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, he's always like lets me know his systems, and he's very proud of his systems, the way organized people are. But I'm a real I'm out all over the map. But
were you a slob before you lived with him?
I've always been a slob.
Are you still a slob?
I'm a deep.
Because you don't seem like someone that's
favorite pig.
But you don't seem like I think that's an endearing joke you make. But you don't seem like someone that's a messy person.
Oh no, I'm
Are you really
insanely messy? There is no amount of money that you could pay me to show you my hotel room right now.
Oh my God, I want to.
It's disgraceful.
Will you do me a favor, seriously? Will you seriously, when you get back, will you send a picture and we can show it to the audience on the show? Please, it would be so funny.
No, because the slaves will clean.
Miss Pig, we cleaned your room. There was shit all over the walls and windows. Have you cleaned 1412, Miss Pig room? What a shit box.
When I was in my 20s, I was more foul, but I remember one time a housekeeper left a note just no. She was like, I won't.
It just says no.
I have my limits.
No.
I won't clean this.
No, yuck.
Yeah. I feel like
what do you do in the room?
It gets so crazy so fast.
Food?
It's just hurled yeah, there's always a lot of Quest chips everywhere. Not the chips themselves, just bags hurled everywhere. It's just a lot of spraying of all my stuff,
Ugh.
And then it's absolutely disgusting.
I'm a serial killer when I'm in a hotel room. I live out of the suitcase and I don't unpack at all.
Really?
I'm a serial killer.
Yeah, I do too. I don't unpack. I don't put anything in the drawers. I don't know why I was surprised by that.
But yours goes everywhere on the floor.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, see, mine's nowhere. Mine literally is in the suitcase and then it goes. So I have one side where all my clothes are and then the other side is where the dirty clothes go. I'm a serial killer.
Yeah. That's how my husband is. He folds his dirty clothes and then he puts them back in the suitcase, folded.
No, he's disgusting. That's
inside
insane.
out.
That's
yeah,
disgusting.
No, he's gonna make a suit out of my skin.
That's insane. Yeah, he's gonna eat you alive. That's
gonna
fucking
kill me
crazy.
Shortly. Yeah.
No, I take the bag that the laundry would go in, the bag they always have in the closet, and that's where my dirty clothes go in, and that goes on the left side of my suitcase. And I only sleep on one side of the bed because I don't toss and turn a lot. So I don't ever ask them to come clean the room when I'm not there. I have the thing on please don't bother. I just say, I just want towels every day. That's all I want, just new towels.
Yeah.
But I don't want them in the room.
Why?
Leave it alone.
Too much cum everywhere?
Just so much fucking cum. What are you going to do? You're going to eat it at some point? There's only so many towels you can use. What are you going to put in your pockets? You know how many maids have my kids? You know how many maids have my kids? No, it's just I don't like a made bed. I fucking hate a made bed.
You hate a maid? I mean, I love a made bed.
Hate it. Why? Just so I have to strain a hammy, unkicking it from the bottom of the tucked in. I don't like it. At our bed, it's made, but it's made sloppily. Like it's made up.
So you can get in. Yeah, the tight.
Yes.
I don't like the real tight military.
Well, that's what I mean.
ones.
It's like don't tuck it and tie it. I don't need
it's
it.
a little rude.
All
yeah.
I want is when I've gotten out, I flip the comforter back over and that's done. That looks nice. It's fine. I just don't like it tucked and tidy. And then also it gives me the weirds that they sometimes at a nice hotel, they'll organize your shit. That I fucking hate. Like they put your shoes together.
This. I love all of this.
Oh,
if I could get up every morning and just be cleaned by people, I would love it.
This is pig status. You just want to wake up and like put your arms up. Somebody lick me clean.
Someone just like wipe me down.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting. No, but I feel like personally I'm clean, like with my body.
Well, yeah, you're not a gross person.
Yeah, like I wash myself.
Jesus, you're not selling it at all.
This is not.
Go watch the pig special.
I should give myself credit for.
Yeah.
I came here to say that I rinse myself regularly. I wash myself. It's all you haters out there that say I don't. You can fucking kiss my ass. I'm sorry that strong women scare you, but I fucking wash myself every fucking morning, so get off my dick. Yeah, I've been on basic cable and I wash myself.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, Whiskey Ginger fans, here to tell you about VIATOR. VIATOR is a tool that you can use to plan and book travel experiences all around the world. The VIATOR app and website makes it easy to explore 300,000 plus travel experiences so you can discover what's out there no matter where you're traveling or what you're interested in. My sweet Bobby Lee got me a little VIATOR gift when I went on vacation for my birthday. It was wonderful and incredible. And here's the best part about it. A lot of times you travel, you don't know what you want to get into. And, you know, you usually do the tourist thing. You pick up a pamphlet at the airport and you get suckered into something you don't want to do. Skip all that. Use VIATOR. You must. And they have real traveler reviews, so you get inside information from somebody who already did the thing that you might be able to do. They got free cancellation, helps you plan for the unexpected, which is what travel is all the time. Plus, VIATOR offers 24/7 customer service, so you know you'll get support at any hour if things aren't going as planned, which again, travel, crazy things happen, but you can get wonderful experiences with VIATOR, small stuff or big, wonderful adventures. No matter what you're into while you're traveling, you got to try it. Download the VIATOR app now and use the code VIATOR10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find the perfect travel experiences for you. Do more with VIATOR. Hey folks, today's episode is brought to you by Rabbit Hole Distillery, straight out of Louisville, Kentucky. These guys are seriously redefining what a bourbon can be. Their motto, no shortcuts, no compromise, nothing left to chance. Yeah, they are the helicopter parents of bourbon, my friends, obsessing over every little detail. And guess what? It's paying off big time because their bourbon and rye whiskeys are snagging awards left and right. What really sets them apart is all the bourbon is aged in charred barrels, right? Well, that's not true. Rabbit Hole goes one better. They char and toast their barrels. Why? Because it makes it taste better. That's why. It's not just aging. It's flavor boosting on steroids, pulling out those deep, bold flavors that turn each sip into a velvety hug for your taste buds. You want some of the good sauce, you got to try Rabbit Hole. Looking for the perfect Father's Day gift? Don't just grab any old bottle. Grab a bottle of Rabbit Hole. Whether your dad's a whiskey nerd or just getting started, this might be the gift that finally makes him say, I'm proud of you, son. Rabbit Hole is great. I've been talking about them for so long. I don't know what you're waiting for if you've never tried them. Amazing for the price point. Delicious and perfect for what you get, what you pay for. So what are you waiting for? Head to rabbitholedistillery.com/buy now. Use the magic promo code RABBIT and get $5 off your first order. Show Dad you got great taste. Dive into Rabbit Hole this Father's Day and gift something extraordinary. Please drink it up responsibly, have some fun, give it a whirl. Go to rabbitholedistillery.com to check it out and find out where it's sold near you. Must be 21 and over. Enjoy it responsibly, will you?
Ginger. I like gingers.
You may have seen this next pig on basic cable, showers almost every day. Ladies and gentlemen, America's favorite.
Sometimes I'll have that thought when I like to go watch a lot of murder, and I'll be like,
yeah, you do.
I'll give myself credit for things I don't want to do. I'm like, I don't have the slightest desire to kill a hooker. I know.
Patting yourself on the back.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't wake up with. Imagine waking up at 3
I would
a.m.
never steal a child from somebody. I would never kidnap a child and kill him by the river.
Nope, not America's favorite pig. I'm happy as pie with a snack in bed, just feeding in bed. Some guy. I mean, that would be a hassle. Imagine waking up at 3 a.m. and just knowing you needed to go kill co-eds. Like you had to do it. And I had that thought when I was like watching true crime. I was like, I've never even had the slightest desire to kill a prostitute.
Yeah.
You know? I say let them be.
You leave them alone. I say let
Leave
sex
the
workers
whores
be,
alone.
please.
Yeah,
Why do you
I come
watch
from
so
a
much
long
murder?
line of whores, and I. My great-grandmother was one of the most famous whores of all time.
My Nana was
yes.
a whore. Before we had OnlyFans,
Yeah.
she was outside on the block doing her thing.
Yeah.
Let her be. Leave her alone.
Yeah, come on.
Why do you watch all this fucking murder?
Actually, I don't. It's funny. Now I don't watch as much now that I have a kid. I don't know. It's something like...
Well, now you're on like Peppa Pig or whatever the fuck they watch.
And also, I think like, yeah, you there's something, it's like, I'm not quite as... I feel like I was like in a darker space before. And now I can't let my mind go to certain corners. But I have watched a lot of murder in my life, and I love historical fiction and murder. Like I like Peaky Blinders or like British cop shows.
You're like my
and
wife.
stuff
She
like
likes
that.
she likes those Peaky Blinders. That's because the guys are hot. That's why.
It's part of it, yeah.
That's a
but-
huge part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
I like just real history. I don't want fiction. I want the gruesome truth about how fucked up we've been.
I think history is really interesting.
It's just
yeah.
sexy to know how
It's great.
fucking dark and gross we are.
Yeah.
Because then when you feel bad about whatever is up in your life, you're like, wait, what? No, they were way worse.
I know.
Like,
And it's funny, like the stuff people complain about now, when it's like, it used to be like, you could be like, go to prison for like wearing like slacks or something.
and I still think you should. I've said that before, but women who show their ankles should go to fucking prison.
The things that were illegal for women to do is some of the funniest shit I've ever
Talk.
read in my life.
Talk.
Talk. I mean,
Communicate.
And the witch burnings alone is hysterical. Like if somebody even had a rumor that you might be a witch, they're just like, fucking throw her in the fire. We can't take any chances.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't
if
know.
you even had like a cousin that was a witch, you would be burned alive. I mean, what a hassle. Can you imagine? Like
Where's
that?
Christy? Oh, they burned her last week.
burned
No, they
her.
did. Oh wow. Well, what are you gonna
She's
do?
toast.
Yeah, she's toast. She was all right, right? I don't know. I mean, maybe she could have been a witch. I don't know. Yeah, the
Yeah, that's the thing. If there was even a rumor
the rumor
that you were a witch, fucking throw her in the
But
flames.
that's why you guys now in this day and age like gossip magazines because
You guys is great. That's
you
why
wanna
you
start the
fucking
rumor.
pointless holes. That's why pointless holes like you love the magazines. You
That's why-
shouldn't be allowed to read them.
That's why
Shouldn't
you
be allowed.
gashers like all that stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Women like gossip magazines because they were gossiped
What else do we
about.
like, Andrew? I don't understand stuff, and I need it explained to me. What else do women like? This should be a regular thing on your show. I'll tell you what
I'll
women
tell you
like.
what these fucking broads like. Chatty Cathys. They like shopping.
No, I do want to know what we like. So wait, what were you going to say?
What do you like? You know what you like gossip magazines, I think, because you guys, you really do enjoy
Say you pointless holes, please.
you pointless holes, you careless crevasses. You guys really do like the demise of other people, though. You do. Women love to hear some like juicy negative shit. You do.
Yeah, that
You do.
tracks. Of course.
But that's so sad that you're like, you want to know what that fucking dumb bitch did?
Oh, that's why we need to be burned and taught a fucking
Oh, I think you
lesson.
should. I think we should bring it back a little bit. Maybe singe your feet, not burn you all the way.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's inherently evil, though. Like, yeah.
But the gossip of it all is strange. I don't know why. Like, why do women like gossip so much? Truly, I think women like gossip more than men. And let's be honest. They do.
I don't know. It's interesting what people are up to. Yeah, no, I love gossip. I want to.
But you like it. But you like it only when it's negative, not good gossip. Good gossip is pointless.
It's not the great story. No, you
See
need
what I
something
mean?
To go down in it.
But
yeah.
but yeah, it's because
Because it's funny. Dumb shit people do is funny. But also, I'll say this, and this is true for comics, not all the pointless holes, but more for comedian pointless holes. That like I also will laugh at shit myself. Like, and I will laugh at
Right. But you have
how full of
self-awareness.
shit I am.
right. But most people don't have self-awareness.
Yeah,
That's
and I think nothing's funnier to me than somebody pointing out to me what a complete like liar just how full of shit I am in my life.
or how dumb you look.
Yeah, or how dumb I look.
Well,
I
let me
love-
start right now.
Please do, Daddy. I need to know. It's
I
only
love-
right.
I love
Just
your
a pointless
I love
hole.
your 50s voice. That's my favorite. I need to know, Daddy.
And I think also is really funny is that guys used to get their wives lobotomies. What is funnier than that?
Yeah,
And you know, there was probably many a husband that threatened their wife with the lobotomy. If you keep coming around here with all those opinions, I'll tell you what's going to happen.
I'm gonna open up your skull and fuck with your brain.
That's right.
Huh?
Going to take you right down there to the lobotomy factory. Okay.
Or they put them on what was it? Lithium. They put them on lithium.
I know.
Lithium would make people go deaf. That's insane. They would put women on lithium and they would go deaf.
It's so fucked up.
Can you hear me, Mary? Can you hear me? That's so dark. It's such a dark, fucked up,
It's
gross,
so
weird world.
hilariously dark. And it could be the smallest thing too. Also, when they would have to be put down like dogs for just like getting aroused by something. It's outrageous. But
Did you look at that other man there down at the store? We're gonna have to take you behind the barn and shoot you.
I don't want to go to the lobotomy factory.
Let me tell you something, Clarice. You keep yip yapping at me, you'll catch one real quick to the chin.
Yes. I know he's right. But after Connie went there, she was just flapping around, spitting in the corner.
Well, Connie's a better version of you than you'll ever be.
Yes. Yes.
Now take your cans out.
That
We should do a comedy throwback sitcom of the 50s.
This would be really
that would
fun.
be
This
so
is like,
fucking fun.
I could do this all day. I
It'd
really
be
am.
so
just,
fucking fun to do.
Like, I would love, people always like give comics shit for bringing like hat boxes around. I'll fuck with a hat box. I would love to just do that kind of shit all day. Just little quick skits. Nothing makes me laugh harder. I used to make my husband, whenever we were like out at a store or something, because he's kind of quiet, take my arm up like this, like hold my arm up, and I direct him how to do it and take me out. Like, we're going out. We're leaving. And then just, I don't want to. I want to. Yes, all right. You know, like, and just, or make him reorder for me. You know, so I'd be like, I'm going to start to say something. And this is what I really like. This is like on our first few dates. And he would do it too.
He'd play along.
He would do it, yeah.
It's fun.
And I'd be like, listen, I'm going to say this, but what I really want is this. And then I want you to tell the lady that,
Would he do that now?
Yeah,
he'd still have fun
This
now.
is the thing. Like, he's down for whatever. Firemen are a good hang. They don't give a shit. Yeah, he's always down for any, like, manner of nonsense. The day I met him, this guy kept coming back in the bar, and they kept kicking him out again, which always makes me laugh. And he kept kind of coming back in, you know. And then they were like, we've told you to leave, you know.
Hey.
And I was joking with him that was his father, that had left him when he was a young child. He just immediately knew the entire script in my head, you know. And I was like, you want a relationship with him, you know, after being incarcerated, you're going to have to navigate this kind of tricky terrain. And he'll go down any lane. He kind of quickly knows what sort of nonsense I'm
So he's got the comedy bone. Like, he wants to play along.
He'll play along with stuff, which is like, you know, I don't know that he's like hilarious himself, but he's just down for any
Because
bullshit.
I think maybe he's so straight, it's very funny. Like, he's such a straight, you know what I mean? Like, he's such a guy's guy, straight guy.
Yeah. Like
So him playing along is funny.
It's funny. Yeah. Like, he wants to talk about like sheds. Like things that are archaically boring to me. For his birthday, I got him a book about sheds. I would rather take my own pointless hole of a life than read a book about and he was just happy as a clam, just sitting on the shitter reading about
Let him have the
fucking
shed book.
sheds.
How amazing.
I did. I got it for him. That's all he wants to talk
A book about sheds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, how long could it be, the book?
60 pages, maybe 70.
Is it mostly, does he color? Is some of them coloring? And this one comes with, you can color some of these sheds if you want.
Yeah.
So
he likes to talk about sheds and your property, you know. And,
your
and
property
and
line.
he'll be like, hey, you know, the Finnegan's got a Mazda. Like, that's a conversation starter in the car for him.
yeah. Well, because you guys are where? You're in Long Island?
We're in Queens.
Queens, yeah.
We live in Mass, but that's all like cops and firefighter.
Yeah, and that's like that's the nice suburbs. You get to see what's going on in the neighborhood. You hear what happened to that's a big. You hear what happened to you ever happened to fucking Carly's sister? No? Oh yeah, it's nuts. She fell off a boat in Mexico. She's paralyzed, sad. Yeah, anyway. I got to go to work.
I kind of like it. I think she deserved to die.
Those stories, those suburb stories are the birth of great suburban rumors of like, did you hear what happened? Like, I hear that sometimes when I go back home and I hear my mom talking to like
used to be a
friends or
good
something.
rumor would be like, you know, somebody had a Jew cousin or something. Like, well, I always thought she's nice, but I heard she had a Jew cousin.
Ew. Oh, God. Jews in our neighborhood?
I don't want it to be true. And she always waves at me in the driveway. But there were whisperings that she had a Jew cousin in the north.
I like it's Game of Thrones. A Jew cousin in the north
when I'm
descends upon our neighborhood.
when I'm really bored, and probably should take all this out, but when I'm really bored,
No,
and
I'm
I
leaving
need,
all
and
of
I
it.
need to write. Just don't clip it, okay?
No, we
Please.
won't.
No. But when I'm really bored and I need to write something, or like I always Google Jews control the media because it's some of the funniest things I've ever read in my life. You know, like and that's how I know that I'm like, all right, you got to focus. You can't Google it again. But there's nothing funnier than what people collectively think that we're up to, especially now.
Hey,
okay, all
and
this,
what
none
are
of it.
you up to? After this, we're going to be going to UCLA for the protests. Yeah, the Google the rabbit hole Googling conspiracy theories. I talked to Simpson about that. It's like
It's so funny.
but it's so endless that even ones that I know are absolutely not even possible.
Yeah.
You're still like, why am I giving this any weight to even search more about it?
I love it though. I think it's so funny. Like if I get an Uber, I get an Uber every once in a while, and the guy like, they'll do like a few feeler questions where they want to get into what's wrong with America.
Yeah.
And I'm always
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what? Yeah. Like I love it. You
Oh,
know?
you see this? You see this? They can't clean this up. You know why, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that's
Tell you what they're gonna do next. I love that. Some guys, I can tell you what they're gonna do next. They're gonna build a highway, and it's gonna go all the way to Mexico, and
Yeah.
they're just gonna drive straight here from Mexico. And it's just like, but there's never really an end. But they
No.
can't wait to talk about it.
You know, when Obama was here last week, yeah, they shut down a couple of roads. I went down them. And what do they got going down there? Right near 2 elementary schools. What's going on, huh? They have the greatest conspiratorial, nonsensical theory, and they don't match up. There's a guy on fucking TikTok that I keep seeing pop up. That's the numbers guy. What's your birthday? What's your birth date?
September 29th.
29. Okay, so he'd go 11. Ooh, 11s. 11s are something actually unfortunate. 11s tend to die young. He does this whole dissection of hot people.
amazing.
Hot people are born on 6. So if 1 and a 5, if you're 5th to 15th, you're a hot person. And then he like lists off all this it's bullshit. It's total
Yeah,
bullshit.
complete bullshit.
But people are fucking eating this alive. Like
And I
this
feel like
is
all
a
you have
fact.
to do is kind of like also compliment a person a little bit. Like, you have a certain magnetism, but you hold it back.
Something
Like,
about
but
you.
You pull it back. Why
Right.
is that? Why do you think you dim your own flame? Like, you just say some horseshit.
Well,
everybody
just
wants
because
to
I'm
believe
insecure about
themselves.
something from and you
Yeah.
are, and you are.
Yeah, and you are. Yeah.
And you need to shed that at some point.
Yes, and it works. By the way, I love it reading. I just went to like some psychic reading.
Oh,
with
you
my
go to
friends.
these?
No, I don't like spend money on it. I do it maybe like once a year.
Yeah.
But I think things like this are very funny. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, but it scares me because I'm like, is this person really sick, or is this a bit?
There's a small part of me that like believes all of it,
You
but I
do?
know. I mean, I have. This is so embarrassing, but
I can't wait.
I've had like auditions or like meetings in LA and been nervous, and then called like one of my like friends to do like a tarot reading or
No.
something first.
No,
I would like Venmo her like $50 to like make this audition go better.
she tarots you, and that gets you through the audition.
Yeah, and like part of me thinks it's hilarious nonsense, and the other
It
part
is.
of me like wants to believe it. It's weird. Like I'm doing both of those things at the same time, Like
Yeah.
And my friend was like, and I remember I did this before a meeting, and she was clearing me, and like clearing my energy.
What are you, Scientology now? You're getting cleared? Are you going clear? Are you going to meet Xanadu?
She's like, I'm gonna clear you or whatever,
Yeah.
like she'll like do stuff around my face or whatever, and I
Clearing
love
you.
that kind of shit. I just do. I like it,
well,
like,
you like it because
smudge
it's
me.
fun, or do you believe it?
Part of me believes it. Wow. But I also know it's complete nonsense. And
I
it's
used to
funny.
like you so
I believe
much.
it and can mock it at the same time.
Okay, good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, we can buy
it's
into the bullshit a
fun.
little bit.
It's fun to get your like sign read or something.
Yeah. It's the
And
same way I feel about my relationship with religion. I know it's wackadoo, but I believe it a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I like it.
why not?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
down.
fun.
It's a fun thing to think about.
Yeah,
it's
it's fun. It's wacky, but it's fun.
Yeah, and so like a friend of mine was like doing some sort of clearing on me, and she like stopped. Right, she was clearing me, and she was like stopped right around my crotch area.
No.
And she was like,
This is
there's
bad.
There's a bad energy, like right above my vag. She was doing. By the way, my husband was in the house, just furious.
I
Like he
feel like
just
the
got back
Grand
from work, and
Canyon.
I was laying on the couch.
She's scanning your vagina.
My dumb body, and then she was like, "Ooh, you were raped in a past life.
Oh my God.
You were assaulted in a past life." I'm like, "That tracks."
Yeah, that
she was
tracks.
like, "You were a serf." and you
Get
were-
up near my. What do my tits
Yeah.
say? What do my tits say?
and let me just clear your. And she cleared my rape so that I can really kill it at the Hollywood audition.
Oh my God. And you
I
pay
mean,
this
stuff
woman.
like that. Like I just like people like that too. I think they're funny. I like that lady that's like fucking reading your aura at like an airport bar with like some ludicrous ring.
You're blue.
Yeah.
You're blue. Yeah, that.
And I think I like people that believe it themselves. Because if you, I
Well,
think
they fucking believe it.
A lot of people, yeah, they really believe it, you know. And I think and if you can get into it for a second, I mean, I don't know why fucking not, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to dance with the devil.
But
If you want to be someone that goes to hell, yeah, that's fine. If the Lord and Savior can't save you, that's totally
this
fine.
is the kind of shit that would have got me lobotomized in a heartbeat. I would have gone straight to the lobotomy
You hear what Rachel was
factory.
yapping about at the studio? We got to take her down to the doctor's office, don't you think?
Take a nice big spoonful out of a brain. That's right. What's left there?
All right, sweetheart, drink up, drink up. A light sleep coming your way.
There was some woman that probably had to sneak her husband's paper, and there was probably like nothing horrier you could do than read your husband's paper, because that's not for girls. That's for fucking men.
for men.
That's
yeah,
for
you're not
men.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he came home.
Who taught you how to
and
read?
he caught her looking up in the paper, and she went straight to the lobotomy store.
I was just going through the funnies, organizing it for you.
It can all be explained very easily. Of course, you see, I was just looking for an ad. It was for Sears and Roebuck. They're making a nice new pencil skirt, that's all. No, not that kind of pencil skirt. I'll never work in an office. I swear to God, I won't be a greeter at Walmart. Yes, I had a sister who was, but she's a bad whore, and I've disowned her, and she'll go in the fire. I'm sorry. I'll go. I'll put my shoes on. It's time to go to the lobotomy factory. Yeah, there was some
And then they
bitch.
just walk around the yard for an hour and a half. They just have to walk in circles. Out back, do your circles. It's so terrible.
Just some girl just stirring an empty bowl until her husband got home every day. Imagine how bored they were.
Well, that's the worst part about it was like sitting around the house all fucking day.
Just waiting for him to come home. That was the biggest thing that was going to happen all day.
He's
Stan
coming
was going to come
home.
home again. And he'd be in a foul mood, too. He was just going to
Where's
hunch.
the dinner? Where's my dinner?
I'm sorry. It's a little bit late, but I'll think
Where's my Salisbury steak?
I think you'll be pleased with the roast I made. I think you like it.
I don't want a roast. It's so funny to me because it's like, if we had a time machine, we could feel this happening. It happened.
I know.
It was so real. It was so fucking
it was
real.
so real. And the outfits and all of it. I love all of it.
And the kids had to hear it.
Yeah.
The kids being literally our parents. They had to watch
Yes.
that. That was their parents doing that, and they fucked us up, and that's why we're fucked up.
Yeah.
If
and
you
we're
want to
never gonna
know,
be okay.
no,
It's a wrap.
no, it's over. We're broken. We're
We're
shattered.
so unwell.
Yeah, it's really, but it's kind of comforting, like knowing that the end is near.
It is.
It's. Let's go.
Yeah.
I just took out a life insurance policy.
I almost
I told my
died-
wife, hey. If I want to jump in front of if I slip in front of a bus, you might get a payout. Like, let's do it.
Do you know that I know nothing about, like, I'm like, somebody asked me recently, this is not particularly funny, but they were like, do you have an insurance policy? Like, because my husband's a fireman or whatever. I don't know anything about any of that. Like, life insurance, nothing. I don't
didn't
know
know.
where anything is.
Someone had to tell me. What do you mean? Like a
Yeah.
fucking my business
none of that
guy
stuff.
had to be like, do you not have insurance on? I was like, no, I have fucking health insurance to go to the doctor. And he's like,
Yeah.
no. You don't have like a policy or anything? I was like, no, what the fuck? Nobody tells us shit. Also,
No.
in the comedian world, because we're not fitted into a corporate world as much as regular America, they get that at their first job. Like my little sister
You're right.
gets hired in a corporate office. They understand the structure of like, hey, we need to set up this and your 401k and money. Dude, I know comics in their mid 40s that don't have any investment. They don't know how to like. They're like, what, do I have to have a retirement fund? You're like, dude, you should have something because
Yeah, I have like a SEP IRA, and I have no idea what that is.
I don't even know what
or
that
where
stands
it
for.
is, or I don't even know.
I have an
Somebody
Uncle
said
IRA.
to do a
That's what I
thing,
thought
and I
it's
did that. It would be so easy to steal from me. Like,
yeah. And they're doing it. Our managers are doing
Oh,
it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
kind
know
of
they
fun
are,
though.
Little snakes. Yeah. They
By the way,
sure
that
are.
just reminded me. I do have an Uncle Ira who was a gay Jewish guy.
That's
And
disgusting.
had no
So
idea that
gross.
he was not my uncle. Clearly not my uncle. I grew up
Really?
thinking he was my uncle.
And what was this real story?
He was just like a family friend. He was just like one of my dad's best friends.
And they just lied to you and said it was your
no,
uncle?
it was just Uncle Ira, and we always called him Uncle Ira. But I didn't really understand
That he wasn't
uncles.
your uncle?
Well, because you get old enough to realize like uncles must be someone's brother, and you're like, I just thought uncle is kind of a vague communal term of like he's part of our family somehow. I don't know how he's my uncle.
Was he the only one that they did this with, or that they called uncle? Was that like a family friend thing? We didn't have people that we called uncle or aunt that weren't uncle or aunt.
Yeah, no, it just wasn't weird at all. I don't know why.
It's
no.
kind of sweet.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also then like as I got older, I was like,
But did he fuck
Go
you?
ahead.
Did he fuck you? when you
spent a
were
lot of
sleeping?
time in his apartment,
And did
and
he-
that's how I learned that I'm a drag queen. and I like to. No, he was just such a sweet.
And he got you a Game Boy, didn't he?
He got me a couple Game Boys.
Right after he shook his
I was his
dick
good little
off.
Game Boy. Yeah,
What's wrong with me?
He would rest here.
I'm a mother.
Yeah, you're a mom.
What the hell?
You dark
Dressed
bitch.
like an 8-year-old boy, just saying sick
Oh,
nonsense.
you said that when you came to the door. You go, do I look like a child? I was
I
like,
really do. You know what's this?
you look like you're about to go or you're coming from an audition. That's what it is. And by the way, you're going to get the part. Looking like this, you're going to get the part, sweetheart. She wore a short shirt.
This is the dumbest thing about this shirt.
Well, no, it's funny. Are you you're not even a Niners
I
fan.
couldn't name a
It's
player.
the funniest thing
What
on
a
earth.
dumb
That's so
girl.
funny to me. I love that.
Not a single one. I don't know anything about them.
And you almost covered up your knees with the jacket. You were worried about your
I
knees.
thought my knees looked really red.
They
and
look
that, yeah.
so normal. It's so funny that it's like you projected a thing that didn't even exist.
I-
But now I look at your knee, I go, yeah, that one is a little bit red.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not.
No, but also a lot of it's because I read comments and people like notice
Oh,
every little
please,
thing.
don't.
I know,
What do you-
can't.
come on.
I
Who
know. It's rich-
fucking-
It's an amateur nonsense. I know.
Comment below about yourself. Make fun of yourself in the comments down below. That would actually be funnier to read. If the people that are commenting had a joke about themselves, about what they were doing or wearing.
Yeah. That's really smart that you came up with that. I always thought you were pretty dumb. No, it's not. I defend you most of the time when other people talk shit about you. Sam and I always do this with each other. Like,
tell
I'm
you
going to
something.
keep defending you with all the shit people are talking because I think it's all probably rooted in jealousy and that you're not toxic.
Yeah, you're not a moron, are you? I mean, well, we think so, for sure.
But do you want to hear, speaking of morons, that when I came here the other day, when I flew in, I did something so dumb, and I'm needing to tell you the story because it was real bad.
I love dumb
even
guy
for a
shit.
girl- for a girl like me.
Even for a lady like me, a lady of the night like me.
I got in at LAX, and you know how you take that little like bus that you take to the Ubers and taxis?
Oh,
I-
Rachel, you think I take that bus?
I just got so jealous of you.
Rachel, do you think I take
But
that
wait,
bus?
how do you
No.
get around that bus? There's ways.
Rachel. when your Netflix special comes out, it's all gonna change.
Please, I need to make some more money. I
Please
need
watch
some
Big Eye.
dough.
No, I'm teasing. Yes, you have to. For people that don't know, at LAX, they've made it so unbelievably inconvenient. You cannot get an Uber from your terminal. You must take it to a fucking parking lot.
But is there a special place? Am I just a peasant and there's like a special?
You are a
way
peasant.
I
Yeah.
can
No.
stream-
Well, two things. One, you can do taxis get to pick you up. I mean, sorry, black cars get to pick you up. So if you do like Uber Black,
Oh, they'll pick me up right there.
yeah.
Now I know this. for next time.
Uber regular has to pick you up there. If you get the more expensive one, which is a ripoff, they will pick you up
But
there.
it's worth it. Don't you
Oh,
get the Uber Black?
because
Of
the
course.
headache
Who
is a
wants to be on
nightmare.
that bus? There's nothing
I
worse
use a
than
car
fucking...
booking service through our travel agent that gets me. This is the funniest part about it. I was like, oh, I don't want to pay for a car service. That's expensive. I don't want to go through that fucking route because I don't need someone waiting for me to help me with the bag. I don't need any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to get in a car and go home.
Mm-hmm.
And then the travel agent lady we had worked with on the previous tour was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you how much it costs for you to take an Uber. I'm going to show you how much it costs for this. And I'm not kidding. It's like $40 more, I think. That's it. I was like, why am I not doing it?
Why
Why
not?
didn't I do this for you? I'll give you the name. There's 2 companies I have that I use.
Please, yes,
Yeah.
because I hate that bus nothing more than after you've flown across the country, having to wait on some bus.
Well, and now
so I get
it's
on
not like
the-
Ubers are cheap, by the way. They're the same as it. They're
And I take them everywhere because I don't drive. So
well,
so
because you can't drive. Isn't that what we told you,
I
young
shouldn't be
lady?
on the road.
You're not allowed to be behind the wheel, are you?
I know.
Unless
I
it's a
just
boat. Sometimes they're allowed to drive the boat, fellas.
some of
Open
the-
water, of course.
Some of the moving pictures they let a lady on a boat one day, and then after that she got a hold of her keys and. No, never mind. It's just some stories I'd be telling myself.
Drink your water. It's all right.
yes. So I get on the bus, and this is, by the way, the story I'm going to tell you a good hard advertisement for women not being let out far from the home. So I got on that bus, and then I look around, and I was like, oh, everybody's like wearing the same outfit. And it was like 1 a.m. I was so tired, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm in the wrong bus. And then this guy leans over and he's like, this is for workers from LAX. Like,
You took the employee bus.
yes, I took the employee bus.
That's
and I
so
was like,
funny.
oh, and I was so tired that I was kind of like, all right, well, I'm sure it'll take me near the Uber thing and I'll figure it out. And it didn't. It took
No.
me out to some corner.
Way out. Yeah.
and the charger thing port on the plane was dead. So my phone dies, and I'm just dropped off near like a group of random workers for LAX and like a food truck. There was no stores for like miles.
I bet you those tacos are good though. By the way, eat those.
Yeah,
tacos.
I stuffed a few right in my dumb face. I just slammed tacos and just sort of thought about the predicament I was in. I was so tired. I'd slept like 3 hours.
So
in,
now
like, 2
you
days.
work at the airport.
And so now I do. Yeah.
Well, whatever, it worked out. If you guys don't watch the special, she will have to keep that job at the airport. So please watch the special
Watch
on
my
Netflix.
special, you guys.
It would mean a lot to us. I've done this multiple times, by the way. I've gotten lost in other cities, and the most embarrassing one is I've gone to the wrong airport in the city. You know, where you go to the like. Have you been to LaGuardia when you're supposed to go to JFK?
Yes.
I've done it fucking twice.
Yeah.
And it is
So annoying.
the worst feeling in the world.
It's so
where you're
dumb.
like, I'm dumb, sure,
Yeah.
but now I'm angry. Like,
yeah, that was what sucked so much about it because I had nobody to blame. I was just my
Right, it's
own
me.
dumb mind.
Yeah,
So it's
fuck me.
Fuck, I
I'm an
did both
idiot.
of these things. They're the reason I'm standing here with the red dragons. What I call my suitcase. I'm just standing here with the red dragon.
The red drag?
I like naming your suitcase. You should get involved with that.
I'll give you I'm so dumb story, and I have not told this ever.
Really?
Well, I'm gonna leave it vague, but I'll tell you afterwards who it was. I got invited to a holiday party. Right, the name of the person's party I was going to go to, I thought was someone else because this other person I knew lived in this town.
Right.
So I had told my wife, like, hey, we're going to go to this person's holiday party. Like,
Right.
this is going to be amazing. Like, they're rich and it's
Famous
Great.
and-
Right? Yeah,
yeah.
wow. We spent a weekend, like, going to stay at this nice place near a hotel near where they live. We take a nice drive. We get up there. We get to the house. We walk inside. It's a totally different couple than I thought it was. And my wife is speaking to the woman and she's like, hey, and my wife's like, yeah, we met. Did we meet before? And she was like, no, I don't think so. And the whole time I'm trying to tell her, like, this is not who you think it is. Like, we're in another friend's house that also lives in the city.
And they weren't famous at all?
They're regular trash.
Oh, no.
No. No. But it was just like the most embarrassing, and we laughed about it because I grabbed her arm real fast and I go, "Come here, you have to see this."
So funny.
And we went by the front window, and she goes, "What's wrong?" And I go, "This is not who I thought it was. I am so embarrassed." She's like, "What do you mean?" And I told her who it was.
And
that
they
I
had
thought.
a similar name, or like how did that happen?
Yeah. Well, because on the invitation it just said the first name. That's all it said.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like Ryan's holiday party, and I'm like, oh, Ryan lives up there. Ryan and
Yeah.
his wife, they've been living up there. oh my fucking God! And then the rest of the time, I am like riddled with like weird guilt and insecurity, even though it doesn't matter. It was still a fine party.
Yeah. Why
But
would you
I assumed it was this other person, so the night in my mind looked so different. Do
from
you know
what
what I mean?
it turned out to be?
And it was still fine.
No, but it's exciting to go to something like yeah. I mean,
It was the weirdest feeling I've ever had where I was like, I can't believe I'm this fucking stupid. I spent like a whole weekend planning to go to this party, and it was just my other buddy where I'm like, yay.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
Hey, by the way, he's probably so touched that you showed up.
He was. He was like, I can't believe you came. I was like, I know.
Yeah, you can't
I
believe
know. I can't either. I fucking can't either, dude.
'Cause I thought
And
you
that's
were-
how fucking stupid I am. And then also, we never admit it. He still doesn't know to this day.
Oh no, yeah, you can't.
know.
You can never. It's
Well, but it wasn't bad. It wouldn't. I love them
Sure,
anyway.
it was
so
a
I was like,
perfectly
this is
fine
cool.
evening. Yeah, but you wouldn't have come.
But
all
the
that
rest of the
way.
night was
Yeah.
like really uncomfortable in my mind. Because the whole time I kept thinking, I'm stupid. I didn't read that right.
someone to this party once that they thought it was for Ron Perlman, who is in that.
The actor Ron Perlman?
Yeah, but it was for Ron Perlman. But it was Ron Perlman, another actually very rich man who like owned Revlon. He was like some billionaire. So we ended up in this party with a few different comedians, and everybody was in like tuxes, and it was like just very, very rich people. Okay, and then he had so much stuff, and we're just being trash because we're comics.
Yeah.
And he had so much. Like it was like such an obscene level of wealth that the bottom floor of his home was just all cameras to like watch all the stuff he had because he had like Warhol paintings and stuff.
Yeesh.
And we're just being complete dicks. I went down there and I was like, "Do you by any chance have the passcode?" Like I was just being so annoyed, But that's why we went there because we thought he was like a different,
totally different guy.
But it was still entertaining because
Ron Perlman.
Imagine the kind of society like being in that. Like mingling with the kind of people that would wear a tux like with their own friends. Like that's a level of wealth that's just so fascinating and insane.
That makes me know that you're okay with killing people.
Yeah.
That you're like, yeah, we could have you killed, and it would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I put you next to my Warhol. I would just hang you next to my fucking Warhol. These are some of the people we've murdered. That's a Warhol. That's a Picasso. Yeah, you think they enter a world of like they're bored. So what else do they do? Wild shit.
Yeah.
They do dark, wild shit.
Yeah.
And speaking of dark, wild, disgusting, repulsive, ugly shit, please watch this piece of shit on Netflix right now. She is a dear friend and one of my favorite comedians. I've said that for years behind your back. I've also said it to your face.
Thank
but
you.
I've talked good shit about you for far too long. And if this special isn't as successful as it should be, I will cease our communication as friends. So I mean it. Go watch Big Guy on Netflix right now.
Big Guy.
I love you. We end the episode the same way. Look in that camera.
Thanks.
You say one word or one phrase to end the episode. One word or one phrase whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Do it.
America's favorite pig.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.